everyone, welcome to another What Matters Monday. This week I figured I'd talk about like working during vet school and like even jobs leading up to vet school, like what might look good or what I did, and I got into vet school, so I guess it was okay. I don't know. So I guess I'll start, like, I've been working at least one job since the summer after I turned 16. So like working it, like if I don't have a job I feel like lost, so that will lead up to why I had a job in vet school, even though like most people don't do it. My first job was a like salesperson or like cashier, I don't know, for a surf shop on Long Island, where my brother was the manager, so he hired me for the summer, which was fun because like I got to work all my shifts. It was literally just me and my brother in the store, and we got to like watch TV in the back and like hang out all summer long and get paid for it and like sell some like surfer-ish clothes. Then like I was going into my junior year, I call it that, I don't know, like 11th grade. My head is, I don't understand it sometimes. 11th grade, I started like my first internship with school for vet's office, and I was tutoring like 10 hours a week. So I would go to like my internship on 2 days, and the rest of the days I'd like book myself with like 3 to 4 hours of tutoring back to back at the library. Once I finished my internship, they hired me. So throughout senior year, I worked there Thursday nights from like 4 to 8 or something, and Saturdays and Sundays, and then tutored on my other days. So like even at 17 years old, I had 2 jobs. It's just who I am. I need to like be busy and be doing something or I go crazy. Went into college, and for my work study, I volunteered at one of the animal shelters near school. They had like a bus that took you there, so I didn't even have my car, which wasn't a problem. They just took me there. I like help walk dogs, like do dishes, stuff like that, and did like my entire work study through that. So I was getting like vet experience as well as like doing community service, which was pretty cool, and getting paid for it because I was a poor college student. Went home, and on my summer breaks I went back to that same vet's office from high school, and they weren't giving me like consistent hours, so I got a second job for the summer, and started working at Ace Hardware. My dad like had worked at Ace for a few years, and I was like, yeah, I could be a cashier, why not? And ended up like working there way past when he left the job, and I like transferred stores throughout there, and like honestly like kind of fell in love with Ace. So summer after summer I'd go back to both the vet's office and Ace Hardware, summer and winter breaks. And also when I was home for the summer, I had an animal shelter back home that I would volunteer at. So I was doing 3 things all summer long. Again, I'm crazy. Why not relax on your summer break? I don't know. So then actual junior year of undergrad, I got a job at a vet clinic as a receptionist, which is something that was really interesting to me because I had always been on the back end of things at my vet office at home. I had never like worked the front, and like I feel like that's really where a lot of my customer like service skills come from. Plus like it was kind of the same thing at Ace, just in obviously a completely different respect, like dealing with hardware questions and where to find light bulbs, and like, hi, my dog can't breathe, should I bring him in? But it was like definitely interesting to get a completely different type of experience, but still at a vet's office. Fast forward to I finally go to vet school, and I like literally wanted a job right away. Applied to the Ace Hardware in Columbia because just like, I don't know, all the Aces I had worked at back in New York, and all the managers I had been with, they're just like generally good people who like understood like my schedule needs. So I was like, it's probably the same in Missouri. So I applied, and then a few weeks went by, and I was like, maybe I should like settle into vet school a little bit, and then like start working. So I like put that on hold, and about like 2 months later, so like Thanksgiving-ish time probably, I got an email from like an online person. I don't know the term. Like the people who run like Canvas and like online classes, they needed an assistant to like help upload stuff to like the vet school's like online sites for whatever. Like I still don't really understand the classes it was for, but I did it. I would upload like test questions and like make tests and upload the modules and record seminars and upload them and just do like anything any of the teachers that for online classes needed. So that was pretty easy because they would just give me tasks I needed done by a certain date, and I could do them in between classes or at night, literally like whenever. It was like I made my own schedule and I would just clock my hours on like an Excel sheet and send it to them. So that was my first job in vet school. And then spring break came around and I was like, okay, now I've like gotten school under my wing, I think I can start working now. Missouri is special and you can get in-state tuition after your first year. And like one of the requirements to get that is to make $2,000 of taxable income your first year. So you have to get a job. Most people choose to do like try and make the 2,000 just in the summer or in like the very last term, because we go all the way until the end of June. And that's doable. I just like kind of wanted to start working because the classes had gotten a little easier and I just had more time, and why not make more money? So I went back into ACE and I was like, I think it's my time. And the manager was like, oh, you have like 4 years of experience. You're hired on the spot. Let's go. I was like, okay, great. And I think the biggest, and like I worked there literally all the way through the week of finals week before I started clinics, when I literally had to quit my job because we don't have lives on clinics where we are like staffing the hospital 7 days a week. So there's no way I could have a job. So I think the biggest thing, if you're gonna have a job in vet school, is that the management understands the vet school like way. Thankfully, like the GM of the ACE I worked at, his daughter-in-law had gone to Mizzou for vet school, so he was like very understanding of like I could not like work a lot. Like I would work like maybe one weekday and like I had a solid Saturday shift. I was the opener for them. And like literally it was just me and him Saturday mornings for like the first hour or so. So I know other people like had jobs where they were like didn't really care if they had a test the next morning, didn't let them study at the cash register, didn't like understand that like 30 hours a week was a lot, or like 20 hours a week, or however much that they could work. They would just schedule them and not really care that like vet school is a demanding thing. So if you're going to work somewhere, I would address that like first things first. And the other thing that ACE was great about is they let me go home for breaks, which like some jobs I had like thought about, they were like, oh, you have to like work over Christmas break, like you have to pick a holiday, or no, you can't go home for 7 weeks in the summer. Whereas ACE was like, I understand you live 1,200 miles away from your family, and if I don't let you go home for these 3 weeks for Christmas, you won't see your family for literally a year. And they let me go home for the 7 weeks I had for summer, my second year. Like no questions asked. They knew it was like my only time to see my family, which I like forever thankful for, because some jobs will not let you just like go on a hiatus and come back. And then I like, of course I threw a third job on top of everything, because crazy. Obviously, like if you've been following my page, you know I'm an online health and fitness coach, and I started that my second year, yes, while I was doing ACE and that other like weird online class job. That I literally just work in the cracks of time. Again, it's like kind of like the other online job I had. I can do it whenever. So like if there's like a break in between classes, or like I would do it on study breaks, or now that I'm in clinics, I can like check my Instagram in between appointments, or like once I come home on the weekends. Like it's literally just however much time you want to put into it, but I still make a decent income, and I love it because like I'm help changing lives. So And then I do like kind of like did have like a 4th job at one point, and like I still have it. It's not like a job. I'm the VCA student rep for campus, so I get to like set up like lunch and learns, and the student recruiters like kind of want to be more involved this year going forward, so I'm gonna have to like set up monthly visits now, which will be fun because I get to like be more involved with VCA, and get them more involved with campus. But yeah, I guess I'm here to say like it's doable to have a job, or 2 or 3 or 4, when you're in vet school, but I feel like you need to have like very good time management skills, and an understanding job. Like ACE was my main job. The other ones can be done in my whatever time I wanted. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. So if you have questions on like what like a good job might be, I don't know if I'm like the best person to give advice, but I could tell you what I went through. Or if like you think you can handle it and just want advice on like when you should start, or like what classes might be harder to work during. And I don't know. Hit me up if you have questions. Have a great day, guys.